No, let's just use that timer to create our automatic rifle. Let's just delete all of these, we don't need it. So first thing that we want to do in here, we want to disconnect this, right? We don't want to play the shooting anymore. We want to do it in a function, right? So we have this fire weapon and we know when we are firing and when we are not firing. So let's just create a function in here and I want to call it fire weapon function. Okay, this is fire weapon function and this is our function. And if we go to our event graph, let's just zoom in here. I want to cut this play anim montage for firing weapon and move it inside here. Okay, so whenever this function triggered, we wanna play that anim montage that fire our weapon. So before doing that, let's just go to event graph again. And with that, what I want to do, I want to go to our event tick graph in here, okay? That will happen every 60 time per second if your game 60 FPS, right? And with that, I want to trigger this fire weapon function that we just create, just like this. We can just connect it like this. Everything should compile fine. Now, if we go to our fire weapon function, we want to check if fire weapon is pressed. Okay, we want to use a branch in here and check if fire weapon is pressed. We can play our anim montage. But let's just compile to see what will happen. If we hold left mouse button, you can see it's doing it too fast. It's like staying at back. It's not doing a great job. That's why we need to use a timer in here. So in here, after playing our anim montage, I want to set a timer, okay? Set timer by an event, okay? And because we are in a function, we can create an event in here by event dispatcher, create an event, and in here we can tell it to run a function when this time passed. And let's just put this time like 0.2. Every 0.2 second we want to fire our weapon, right? And this function, what we should put in here, I want to create another function for fire weapon finished. Okay, so this function will trigger whenever the timer runs out. This timer. Now let's just choose that function, fire weapon finished. And we need some sort of things to not play this anim montage all the time. So that's why I want to create another variable of type of boolean and I want to call it shoot weapon fire. Shoot weapon fire. And I want to put it again at aim. Maybe we should put these two in fire weapon, but let's just leave it here for now. So first thing to do in here, we are checking fire weapon, but I want to check shoot weapon fire as well. And I want to use a AND boolean to check both of those. If both of those are true, we can fire our weapon. So because right now we are firing our weapon, we shouldn't be able to fire our weapon. So we can say set shoot weapon fire to false, okay? And inside the fire weapon finished function in here, we can make it true like this. Set it in here and make it true. So now if we run our game, you can see the spread amount is working fine, but the animation is not playing. Why? Because shoot weapon fire, let me check. At default, it is false, but at default, it should be true, right? So let's just compile and run our game again. If I click, it will work fine. But if we hold left mouse button, you can see it's working like automatic rifle, right? Everything is working fine with all the animation. So let me explain it one more time. We have two variables. One of them is for when fire weapon is pressed or left mouse button is pressed. And next we check if we should be able to fire or not. And if both of them is true, we play fire weapon animation, and after that we say that we shouldn't be able to fire our weapon until zero point 0.2 second, and after 0.2 second in this fire weapon finished function will be triggered, and inside here we say yes, we should play the animation, fire weapon animation. We should be allowed to fire weapon again. So with this we have this. So if we hold leftmost button, everything is working fine. We have one shot only and we have automatic rifle, right? Everything is working fine. No, the big problem in here, you can see when I hold rightmost button, the crosshair and the laser is not looking at the same thing. The gun is looking to the left of our crosshair. One way is to match both of them together, but it's not the best way. The gun should always aim at the center of the crosshair.